How you doing, Mia? So a little bit ago, I come in here and had some cabs up here, laying around here. Put my panels together that I needed, got them trapped. Got 4 of them penned up over here and already have a home for them. He's coming tomorrow morning, just made a deal. And he's giving me a little bit below market value, but that's okay. I'll take that. It saves me from having to make the trip to the sale, you know, getting the trailer, putting them in there, taking them to the sale, which is in Hillsboro, you know, what, 45 minutes away, and all that. So, yeah, he's coming tomorrow, and we'll back a trailer in here and move these panels around and put them right in the trailer. I don't know what kind of trailer he's got, but we're going to find out, but we'll get them loaded up. Get your head back in there unless you're working on the go-kart. So 3 girls, 1 boy. All of them are under a year old. Whitey over here, the 1 female for Miss Clover. She may be close to a year old. But there's a few more out there. Our bull Brownie is out there. That, like I said, that's going to be our replacement bull. At least, I think that's what we're doing for right now. Or I'll keep borrowing Spot, the bull that's in my backyard, from the neighbors. Either way, it works. And then we're going to have one for ourselves this fall to get beef. So, you know how it works. Rained a little bit overnight, not enough to keep guys out of the fields. Sorry, just adjusted you there a little bit. Not enough to keep the guys out of the fields. In fact, I could probably go back over there and work on that ground over near Bowersville, which, by the way, is the last clip that you've seen. I'm gonna get some more shots of that. Had the camera right down there on the disc to show you how it was working. I wanted to see how it was working anyway, but that is a 4 or 5 acres, I believe, over there. It belongs to what used to be a neighbor of mine that lived down the road. He moved. They got a bigger place now. It's over near Bowersville off of Route 72. And Chad told me about it the other day that, I don't know if he just remembered or what, but he said, I got to get that seeded. It's got to be disked up, seeded and all that. He said it needs to be mowed first though. Talked to the owner there, Brandon. I know him because, like I said, he used to be my neighbor. He said he didn't get it mowed, and he said, but everything's pretty much dead back here and all that. So went in there with the disc and Chad's tractor because we left it over there. Dad came and picked me up yesterday, but left it over there. And I worked that ground a couple times. Was reset the disc to finish it up. Dad pulled up, and we quit. I was only going to work to about noon anyway. That was 11:30 when he pulled in. So most likely going to get the New Holland at some point today, hooked up to the disc bind. That acreage in Xenia that we got permission to go after again now, that used to be ours a couple years ago. Dad and I actually bought a 7-foot tiller to go behind the New Holland, and at 1 mile per hour we did 7 acres and tilled it up. And the reason why we had a tiller is because it had all kind of little tree saplings and everything growing, and you know, you can either go in and cut those all out by hand, or you can just take a tiller and it mulches it all up. But it was like 1.5 miles per hour through the field. It took forever. And when we was done with that tiller, we didn't really need it for anything else. It did its job there. We resold it. And I think it cost us like $300. But anyway, we got that all seeded and it was all real nice. And the family dispute, we lost it. I said that in my last video. So we've got that back, but it hasn't been cut in 2 years, I think it's been. I could look on my books, but I think it's been 2 years. So who knows what's in there. It won't make good square bales. We need it to make good square bales. The seed and the stuff that is growing in there is supposed to be good square bale, horse quality hay. What's in there right now is not. So I need to go in there and cut it. And yes, I know this is only April 17th. Doesn't matter. If I can get it dried in a couple of days, it's gonna make good enough for round bales for the cattle. Are you trying to tell me something? Who's in a well? Timmy? I don't know a Timmy. The only Timmy I know is probably in the fields planting right now. Huh? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Strange. Our dump wagon. It's been going back and forth to Kelly Nance Saddle Up Stables on Bickett Road. As you can see, it still has some in it. The last load we got from her, maybe they didn't realize it, but it was all wet stuff, mostly wet. It stuck to the floor of the trailer, would not slide out when I went to dump it. And I had it hooked to the hydraulics on the New Holland because that tractor was just available. I had it out. And the Mahindra was doing something else, whatever. I don't know if it's because the hydraulics were too strong on the New Holland or whatever, but I dumped it. Didn't see much sliding out except what did come out. I mean, it doesn't dump at a great angle, but it does dump good enough to get stuff to slide out of it. In my opinion, I wish it'd go up a little higher, but that's just the way it is. But the thing came slamming down. See that cylinder? That's not supposed to look like that. That's supposed to be straight. Broke a link in this chain right here. And there's another message. Somebody's trying to get a hold of me. So I need to get in here with a cutoff wheel. I'm going to cut that shaft off there, disconnect everything. It's not even down all the way, so I've got the forks on the tractor holding that up. There's not much weight in there. I put it in here under roof so that manure that is left in there wouldn't get any wetter in case I had to shovel it out. But Dad has another cylinder. Hopefully nothing else is broke. It looks like that plate up there that's bolted to might have moved a little bit. I don't know. It's bolted in. Maybe just need new bolts. Might have bent the bolts, but it came slamming down pretty good. And that's not good. It was just too heavy of a load. It was too wet for what that cylinder's designed to do. So when they get it back, she's gonna have to load a little bit less in it, and that's just the way it's gonna have to be. I got the forks underneath of it from the Mahindra supporting it, so when I do cut that shaft, it's not gonna try and pinch me or pinch the cutoff wheel. That's holding that. I'm gonna go up to the barn, get a grinder, got an extension cord out here. We don't have electric in this barn. If we would, we'd have to get permits when we build it. We didn't. We can go back and do that, and we can hang lights in here, which I'm going to look into solar powered lights, which we have looked into. That's going to get used again over in Bowersville. That cat's still meowing for some reason. I don't know what's wrong with that cat. I'm about close enough to have that cut in two that I think I can take the tractor and lift and break the rest. We'll find out. I'll leave you right there. May get exciting. lift it with the tractor and the forks. That's not gonna happen. Still way too much material in here. So I thought, well, I'll pull it out back, get to shoveling. Nah, it's too windy. I'd probably eat most of it. And I thought, well, okay, maybe I can shovel it out, make a pile here, or scoop it up with the loader. I think I got other things I should probably be doing right now. I'll get with Dad, see what he thinks. There's no wind in here, but I got other things to do. That might just have to wait. That's not priority right now. That might have to wait. All right, so here I am. Right over there is Highway 35. This is a field we had a couple years ago before I started YouTube. It hasn't been mowed in a couple years, as you can see. So the plan is, let's get it cut. Let's cut it high. Let's get these weeds off here. Let's see what grows back. We'll spray it and hopefully get a couple cuttings off of it this year. Oh, also, we're going to fertilize it heavy with horse manure compost. So the plan is to round bale this. I probably won't even tether it. I'd say we'll get it round baled Thursday. There's not going to be much green in it. Basically, sorry, we got a rough spot here. There goes a baby rabbit. Maybe that's why we got a rough spot here. Maybe we got a rabbit hole. But that's basically what we're doing. We'll take it nice and easy through this rough spot. Need to bring it in just a hair. I got it on the left side of me now because going around the first time around the fence here. I had it on the right side. Basically just kind of using this mower. We could use a bush hog, but I'm going to use this. And it's going to get it cleaned up pretty good here. And like I said, we'll put this in round bales. And Dad and I put a lot of work into this field a few years back. Tilled it, seeded it, all that, like I said earlier. And we got a lot of work, we got a lot of time. We had some money in it. Even though the rent the first year was free. Don't like that sound. Usually a stick. That's why I don't have the radio on. Okay, something's in there. Okay, we gotta figure that out. Let me turn around here. I don't see anything. I might just skip over that. Another problem too that we've had with this mower is it doesn't like to send stuff through it unless it's real nice and thick and there's a nice big flow. Let me gear down here a little bit. Yeah, that's kind of been a problem. But I'm gonna be here for a little while. I'm gonna kind of just take my time on this. See if that finally goes through. It did. Okay, I'm gonna just take my time on this. It was clean when we had it before. I don't think anybody's been in here dumping anything. That junk in that corner was back there before. We know that. There was moles in here really bad. If there is again, I will probably bring the rotary hoe because that seems to wipe them out. So that's done. I ended up kicking it up a gear, dropping the RPM, and I got the stuff to flow through a little better. This mower just, unless there's high volume going through it, does not like to kick it out the back. It's just the way it's designed. But it's going to turn out good. It's going to turn out real good. Like I said, we're going to rake this. We won't need to tether any of this. Rake it maybe later tomorrow. Get in some windrows, and I think probably bale it up Wednesday. Here's my phone again. Well, that has worked the best it's gonna get. So, yeah, back and forth several times, all kind of different directions. I think we're gonna get away with not bringing the harrow over here. I think I got it smooth enough. So, it's ready for seed. I'll see if Chad has the seed, and maybe this will get done Thursday or tomorrow morning. Not sure what I'm gonna have time for. I'm gonna try and get that stuff that I cut down round baled tomorrow. So that's that. I'm gonna message him right now and tell him we're ready for seed. How we doing, everybody? We are heading to Hoop Road. I have the round baler behind me, and we're gonna go in there and get that done. Dad left about 5 minutes ago with the rake, so he's gonna drop that off. I'll just get in there, unhook this, and then hook up to the rake. Use this tractor to do both. It's not that big of a deal. As we get on into the season, no, that probably won't happen. This tractor is just going to be on the baler and the mower. So that's that. And yeah, we're going to get that done today, and might even get some manure spread on it this evening. We'll see how this evening goes for us. We got rain coming Friday, and while the tractor's in there, I'm thinking of just bringing the spreader to it. I'll have the loader in there anyway, so bring the bucket and the forks. The forks to pick up the brown bales, and the bucket to load up manure over there on Bickett Road, and it's only about a mile to the field, so that always works out good, and it needs some. It's going to need some of that stuff. And then also I'd like to have the rotary hoe taken over, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I can get all that done, you know, the next couple of days here before it rains, but we'll see how it goes. So, yeah, that's what's going on. And tomorrow morning, we're most likely going to get that seeded that we disked up over there near Bowersville. That's that. All right, see you soon. Okay, so I'm over here at Hoop Road and want to explain to you what's going on. I have tried to round bale, but this stuff is too dry. This baler does not like dry material, so it gets a bale in there at about 25% or a quarter of a bale in there, and it starts jumping around. And let me show you why. In here, so you see this stuff build up in here right now. So it gets back here, a bale gets going in here, all right? This rubber drum right here spins, pulls hay in. You can see, yeah, she's a little wore out. Yeah, this coarse stuff like this doesn't help. But what happens is this pulls material in, but when it's so dry, it won't. It just slips on that, and it won't pull it in. If it has a little moisture to it, it will pull that stuff in. So it builds up against here like this, against these teeth. These teeth keep coming in here, and twice now it's got to jumping around because this stuff builds up right here real bad. And I've broke 2 shear bolts, so, and I've had to kick the bale out, which this stuff ain't gonna make, the cattle will munch on it for sure. Might even dry them up a little bit where they're eating that green grass, but that's what's going on. If this belt wasn't so wore out, it would pull stuff like that in. In fact, that's a pretty good groove in there right there. That's kind of concerning. I'm sure that drum ain't cheap. That's what's going on. I'm gonna have to wait until the sun goes down to bale some more. Done it before, I've been in this situation before, so it'll bale then. Morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday, not Thursday. Didn't record anything yesterday because it was a tough day for us at the farm. Yesterday morning, my cousin Andy, when she's feeding the horses, she called and said, you got a cow down here having a calf? I said, what? We didn't even have anything on our books ready to, ready for a while. And, okay, so get dressed, get down there, check it out. It's Jetta. She has lost one before. She's 4 years old. And so, tried to get her pinned up. That wasn't gonna happen. Seen she had a hoof sticking out. Tried to get up to her to get, get it pulled out. That didn't happen. She went down to the bottom field, I tried to go after her. She wouldn't let me get close to her. And so I thought, well, just like the whole thing with the red cow that time where I left and come back and she had a calf following her around 2 or 3 hours later. So I come back around noon 30, something like that. Mom and Dad had already called and said that cow was laying down there in the bottom field. Hasn't moved for a while. I thought this isn't good. So I get down there, go down to the bottom pasture, see that there is the head of a dead calf sticking out of her. I got my cable come along and a strap, pulled it out of her, and pulled it about halfway out, and she pushed it the rest of the way out. So I didn't, you know, I didn't pull more out than I should have, but she had more come out of her than what should have, and her uterus and everything pretty much. I'm not gonna get in details because it's pretty gross. And what looked like it looked like she had cancer. And went and got some meds and stuff, but the more I looked at it, the more she was not gonna make it, even after the hour trip, round trip to go get meds in Wilmington. Thank you, Orchard Veterinary Clinic. She just wasn't gonna make it, so we had to put her down and got that taken care of. And just a tough day. So, you know, we lost a cow, but if she had cancer, she wasn't doing well anyway. And, you know, we lost her calf, and that's her second one. And that explains, if she's got cancer, uterine cancer, explains why she can't have calves, or at least live calves. So that's that. That's done. And what I wanted to do yesterday morning, I am headed out to do now, trying to beat the rain. I think we're going to have rain by noon, 1 o'clock, but I need to get manure on that field there at Hoop Road that we got that junk hay off and weeds. Squirrel, that's a round baled that hay field for Dana Wiseman last year. Pretty good alfalfa. That's the second year crop on it, I believe. Second or third. Anyway, so I've got the loader on the gooseneck. We are headed over to Kelly Nance's, and we are going to load up manure. The manure spreader is already over there at Hoop Road, so I will drop this off at Kelly's and run over to the field, which is just not even a mile, I don't think, and get the New Holland and the spreader, and we'll get busy, see what we can get done here. I'd like to get several loads on there. I think it needs it. It's not growing very well. We'll get that done, and hopefully, in other news, we got the 10 acres there in Jefferson Township. So we got that, and we got to write them a nice check. Usually I pay everyone at the end of the year. They want it at the beginning. Another squirrel there, a groundhog just in front of me, dragging his back in. He's already had a bad day before. All right, so that's what we're doing. Get over here to Kelly's. I'm going this way around instead of going down Jasper Road to Bickett, because there was a big quad track tractor coming down Paintersville Road. I just went this way. Give him plenty of room. I think I knew who it was, and that works out easier. I can still get there going this way. All right, we'll catch up with you in a little bit. Hopefully beat the rain. And if it does rain, we need it. My gosh, it is dusty. Just talked to somebody a little bit ago. It is the driest right now at planting season than it has been in 4 years. So we're supposed to get rain tonight and tomorrow morning. We need it. And we got some seed in the ground, and some other guys have planted corn and beans, and that'll be good for it too. And then it's going to cool down for a few days and then warm back up. Crazy, crazy weather. We'll be back in hoodies again, I guess. Who knows? See you in a little bit. I'm going after my 4th load, so we're going right at 3 loads an hour, just maybe 3.5 loads an hour. Not bad, I'll take that. Rain's holding off for now. Get as much over there as we can. So funny thing, sometimes something falls out the back of the manure spreader. That happens. Right there's some in the road. A little car just swerved around that a minute ago. Ah, that's crazy. Huh. Yeah. Oh, well, what do you do? loading. As you can see, the different colors of stuff that goes in there. The lighter brown is gonna be the stuff that's not as old. The darker color is the older stuff, and it's always good to see steam coming off of it a little bit. That means there's some heat in it. That means it's breaking down. But always try and go for the black stuff. That's why I'm on the back side of the pile back here, getting it out. That's the better stuff. That's the better nutrient stuff. Some of the sawdust has already broken down, especially if it's black, white, or gray. That's the good stuff. That's what you want. So that's what I'm going after. If we don't get all of that, or I know we won't get all of that, but what's left there is probably going to be the fresh stuff. So that can stay there and compost a little bit more until we get to it again. I'll see if y'all can hang on while we spread. No roughing in this field. About 7.5 miles per hour is where we're at. About 460 RPM. Spreads it out pretty good. Well, all the manure is spread. 13 loads altogether. Could have gotten by with 12, but went back and got one more because I forgot to turn my loader off back over there at Kelly's. Sure does look like rain's on the way. That's ready to go back to the farm. I was thinking about trying to get the rotary hoe over here, but daggone, this ground is dry. I don't know that I would poke through it good enough to do anything. About the only thing it would do is scatter that manure around a little bit better, but maybe after first cutting we will. Spreader is empty, it's ready to come back, so that's a trip. I'm gonna run over at Kelly's and get my loader, maybe grab a sandwich, I don't know. I got another one of those energy bars, but I haven't eaten lunch. Okay, so yeah, hopefully it rains on this in a little bit. I think it will tonight. I had like 100% chance, and we'll be in good shape over here. This manure will scatter around with a nice good rain, and it'll be great for this place. Next up here is to spray for weeds. That's what'll be happening. Well, it's raining, as maybe you can hear it hitting the roof, and we got everything back home. It's Friday evening. I may just call it a day. My drain is working out there. Hey, maybe leaking a little bit. Buster, how you doing? I think they're all a little sad of the events that happened yesterday. You know, you can't tell me animals don't feel that. I think so. I mean, last Saturday they lost 4 kids that we sold, and then yesterday losing Jetta. I mean, it's a family member to them. You know, you can't tell me they don't feel it, and they are. I can tell. They're my babies. That was a tough loss, it really was. But I want to thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe, and send me some comments. And like I said, if you're one of my hay customers and I pick the best comment, you're gonna get a discount on your hay. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday, and I think that's the end of this video though. All right, thank you. We'll see you on the next one.